following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of Score North, KSTP AM 1500.
This is the place to talk about everything related to the home. Buying or selling real estate, financing and improvements that can help increase your home's value. This is Minnesota Home Talk on Score North. Here's your host, Jason Walgrave.
Good morning, folks, and welcome back. This is Minnesota Home Talk, and we're live on 1500 ESPN, baby.
Oh, no!
Yeah!
It's not happening. We're not doing this today. We're not doing this today. Rob's just wrong.
So we learned this morning that we're 1500 Score North, but we are also 1500 ESPN. In fact, we never ceased to be 1500 ESPN.
I'm taking us off the air.
Yep. I mean, I love it. I kind of felt like that was always what was going on. So, folks, 1500 ESPN, here we are. We're back.
I think the deal was we're gonna call ourselves Score North until the T-Wolves make the playoffs again.
Oh, sweet.
And then now we get to go back to ESPN.
That's fair, right?
Is that what happened?
I think that's what's going on. Speaking of the Timberwolves, well, first of all, let's finish this intro that I have so nicely typed out in front of me. We're live every Saturday morning, folks, of course, on demand at MinnesotaHometalk.com. I'm your host, Jason Walgrave, with Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. And, of course, we have in studio Michael Ouverson. Did you see that fade?
That was good.
Did that sound okay, Evan?
No.
That's how they teach it right in the pros. When you go to video podcast school. Yep.
How to host a radio show school.
Yep. You got to master the fade, the microphone away, and then the microphone towards fade.
I mean, our skill level continues to increase weekly.
I mean, we amaze ourselves with how skillful we are.
This is true. We're about the only ones that we amaze.
Yes.
I was going to say, that is true. You do amaze yourselves on a regular basis.
We don't amaze anyone else, but we amaze ourselves.
All right, folks, we got a big show planned this morning. We got a pair of Timberwolves playoff tickets for Tuesday. If you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game, a playoff game, the seat, they're probably sold out. I know the last few games they've been at capacity. So we've got a free pair of tickets for Tuesday's playoff game for the best real estate question. Anything and everything real estate related: mortgage, financing, refinancing, credit scores, home improvement, new construction, commercial real estate, anything to do with your home, anything and everything real estate related. Give us a call this morning to win a pair of Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. The best question's going to win. The phone lines are open. Give us a call to win at 651-647-2910. That is the call number, 651-647-2910. We'll keep the studio lines open throughout the show. Give us a call with the real estate question. The best question is going to win a pair of playoff tickets to the T-Wolves on Tuesday. Again, studio lines are open. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. Real estate questions, anything and everything real estate related. You can also win via text. We have a text line, and you can text your questions to 763-443-5664. 763-443-5664. That is the text line. So to win Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's game, we're giving away one pair of tickets for the best real estate question. Text your questions in to 763-443-5664. Whew, it's been a busy week.
Has been busy. We were talking about we are going to throw in a request to extend our days by 2 hours.
Yes, we would like a 26-hour day moving forward.
Yep.
Is that doable?
I mean, I'm not actually in charge of clocks and calendars outside of the show itself. If you'd like the show to say that it's 26 hours long, we can do that.
Just type it right in there.
Yeah, exactly. But no, ultimately speaking, we could, have a 60-hour day, but the actual amount of perceived time would not change. because it's dictated by the rotation of the Earth.
There you
Now, if
go.
we could slow down the rotation of the Earth,
Then it would add more time.
that would add more time to each day. But the year would be the same length
Interesting.
because that's dictated by how fast the Earth goes around the sun.
See, I learned something new.
Okay.
I feel like you probably knew these things already. At least I certainly hope so. But, anything's possible, I suppose.
All right,
But
folks.
that's the type of week it's been.
That's the type of week it's been.
I could
Yeah.
use an extra 2 hours a day this week
Yeah.
for sure.
I agree. So, Star Tribune, we usually don't talk about, really any newspapers, but the Star Tribune had an article yesterday. Twin Cities home buyers hustle as mortgage rates rise and supply remains tight. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. We are going to talk about rates. We're going to talk about the market statistics, where we're at with homes for sale, inventory, and all the other stats that go along with it. Hot listings in a minute. How to buy in a tight market. We're going to go through this. And then we are going to talk about a few of the 19 strategies that we use at Walgrave Real Estate Group to win in multiple offers. Because multiple offers are more common than they are not right now. And we've developed and designed a blueprint with 19 strategies on how to win in a multiple offer situation. So we'll be talking about that as well. And then, of course, we got the phone lines open. If you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game, a playoff game on Tuesday, on us, give us a call with your real estate questions. Phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. That is the calling number to the studio. Anything and everything real estate related, buying, selling, investing, financing, refinancing, commercial real estate, land development, new construction, home improvement, anything and everything real estate related, give us a call. The studio lines are open to win a pair of Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. Studio lines are open. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. That is the calling number, 651-647-2910. Text line. You can also win via text. Text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. 763-443-5664. That is the text line. Both ways give you a chance to win a pair of T-Wolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game.
Playoffs, baby.
Exciting. The T-Wolves are exciting.
I think the first game's today, if I remember correctly. Down in Memphis.
Memphis.
Yep.
Nice. It's just, they're a lot of fun to watch. They're a lot of, I talked to several people that had went to the game. When was the last game? Was it Tuesday?
Something like that.
I think it was Tuesday.
So. Yeah.
And the reports from the game were that it was exciting. The atmosphere was incredible. I had nothing but positive reports on the experience of the game, which is really cool to hear. So it's great to have it at capacity and all the fans cheering on. All right, should we do smoking out listings? Evan, I sent you 2 emails yesterday. One was the big list, and then I forwarded. You got them all?
Yeah, I've got them all.
What do
are
you
we
want to
starting
start?
with?
Start with the big list.
Start with the big list? All right. Well, actually, what we should really start with is the music.
This is almost like a James Bond type of music, isn't it?
Incredibles is what
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that's what it sounds like
Yeah,
to me.
it does. Here we go.
Evan knows all about that. He watches a lot of kid movies.
We
Sure.
have coming soon. This will be live on the market on April 23rd, so a week from today. Joseph, my son Joseph's birthday. This is coming soon. It's located at 4809 Columbus Avenue in Minneapolis. 1920 built. We have 995 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a 2-car garage, located at 4809 Columbus Avenue in Minneapolis, on the market for $320,000. And that will be live 1 week from today. Cute little house, 1.5 story. I expect this is pretty close to Minnehaha Parkway. So really cool neighborhood. What else is down there? Matt's Bar is pretty close. 5-8 Club, if you're looking for a Juicy Lucy. Love those. You like those, don't you?
Oh,
Orson?
yeah.
Evan, Juicy Lucy?
Yes.
Yes, we love them. All right, investment opportunity in Aiken, Minnesota. Docks Harbor, folks, is for sale. It's on the north shores of Mille Lacs. This property has 32 RV sites, 26 boat slips. It sits on, I think it's on 4 acres. Tremendous amount of water frontage, lakeshore, and a great opportunity to own a resort. Docks Harbor, located at Where's my? So I can just look up there.
39629 State Highway State Highway
Look at
18
I stapled right through the addresses.
in Aitkin, Minnesota. Zip code on that 56431.
This property is on the market for $2.5 million. For more information about this and all of our hot listings, go to our website, minnesotahometalk.com. Pebble Creek Custom Homes has a to-be-built Rambler in Savage, Minnesota, located on Sumner Avenue. 2,400 square feet above ground. This home has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3-car garage. It is in the Twin Ponds development, Prior Lake School District, on the market for $995,000. Gorgeous home, custom design millwork throughout. This is a really, really excellent floor plan, and it is a to-be-built for $995,000. We've got a condo opportunity, folks, in Edina, in the Weston Galleria property. This is an 865 square foot condo with 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage, completely redone. So we have a brand new kitchen, brand new bathrooms. The skyline and the views are quite spectacular. This property is located at 3209 Galleria, unit number 807 in Edina, Minnesota, on the market for $650,000. And it is really cool property. Love it. In Duluth, a commercial opportunity. We have 30,000 square feet, built in 1904. This property is located at 327 West 1st Street in Duluth. $1.75 million is the price on this. Great opportunity to buy a commercial property in Duluth, Minnesota. Pebble Creek Custom Homes has another to be built in, this one's in Prior Lake, in the Cardinal Ridge development off of Sims Court, 16080 Sims Court Southeast. A 2,941 square foot above ground 2-story, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, on the market for $950,000. This is a pretty cool development. A 9-acre cul-de-sac, all half-acre plus walkout lots surrounded by a 12 acres of preserve. So you've got some really nice privacy. Very close to the Twin Oaks and Hidden Oaks Middle School in the Prior Lake Savage School District. Down in Red Wing, Minnesota, one of our favorite properties, located at 27858 Greens Point Road in Red Wing, Lake Pepin area. Folks, this home sits on over an acre lot. It has 425 feet of private shoreline. It's like your own private beach. It has a pagoda-style home built on it, built in 1929, ready for renovation or just redevelopment of the property. On the market for $2 million. Absolutely spectacular property with unbelievable views and skylines. We've got, I think that's it. That ends our smoking hot listings.
Not quite. We got that one extra one.
We got the one extra one.
It's a nice try, though.
All right, I didn't pull. I actually didn't print it, so I
hit the wrong button, though.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Hang on.
The old bonus hot listing today.
Bonus hot listing.
Nice.
Boom. There we go.
All right, located at 4200 Joyce Lane in Brooklyn Center. We have a 1961 built 2-car garage, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There we go.
Yeah, I got real limited because it's just a PDF.
Priced at $263,999. This single family home is looks like a fantastic property and ready to go. Total finished square feet just under 2,000 square feet. So for more information about this property, do we have the agent's information on there? Almost. There we go.
Listing agent Tim Lee.
Tim Lee, you can reach him at 651-955-1525. And for more information about all of these smoking hot listings, you can go to our website, minnesotahometalk.com. You can get information about our hot listings. You can search the MLS. Folks, if you haven't been to our website in a while, make sure to check it out. We've got a lot of fantastic tools on buying, selling, investing in real estate, reports on all things real estate related. Of course, you can connect with all of our phenomenal partners, RE/MAX Advantage Plus, Illuminate Home Loans, Pebble Creek Custom Homes, Bella Roofing and Remodeling, Todd Rooker, Paragon Insurance Group. Of course, we have Evan Little, our insurance expert in the studio. Not only is he the great producer, but he is our insurance expert.
Monarch.
Ooh, insurance monarch.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have like an intro similar to yours for Evan.
Something like that.
Do you want to give it a try?
I'm gonna work on. Well, let me work on it
this week, and then next week.
Next week I'll the unveiling next week.
Anticipation. Evan, it's going to be great.
It is
Something like Evan. I mean, it'll be exciting, very dramatic. We'll be talking about how we're on 1500 ESPN.
Yep.
And all things related to that. It's good stuff. Folks, would you like to go to a T-Wolves game? Playoff Timberwolves on Tuesday. Best real estate question is going to win. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. We'd love to hear from you. Anything related to real estate, all questions related to real estate. We're going to give away a pair of tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. They are exciting, folks. If you'd like to go to T-Wolves game, give us a call with your real estate questions. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. Playoff tickets for Tuesday's Timberwolves game. Give us a call to win. Ask your real estate question. The best question this morning is going to win. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. We also have the text line. You can win Timberwolves tickets by texting your real estate question to 763-443-5664. The text line again is 763-443-5664. All right, Mr. Ouverson, what do we have for rates? What are we looking at?
Well, what do we got for rates? Let's talk about that a little bit. Well, had they continued to slide up? Yeah, a little bit. This week was more flat, to be honest with you, as far as activity goes in the market. So that the mortgage market, also known as the mortgage-backed securities market, that's what directly impacts mortgage rates. The feds don't control mortgage rates. Can they indirectly affect it? Yeah, they can indirectly affect about everything with our economy, right? And so the mortgage-backed securities market, like I said, was pretty flatline this week. And so we ended with 30-year fixed. You're looking at anywhere between 5.125 to 5.25-ish, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on your situation. I was able to lock in a couple scenarios, big down payment, top tier credit, things like that, a little bit lower. But in general, most of the people I was locking this week, you're in the low fives there.
Mm-hmm.
How long is this going to continue? I mean, I think it's going to be a while. I think it could get a little worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of questions of, well, how high do you think it's going to go? I've been doing this since June of 2004. Mm-hmm. So June of 2004 is when I got in the mortgage biz. The highest I've ever seen a 30-year fixed conventional rate is 6.75.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in probably like 2005, 2006, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they could touch 6 before they level off, maybe start trickling back down.
Sure.
I mean, obviously that's to be determined. I mean, if you ask anyone in our industry, if you would have asked them on January 1st of this year, where do you think rates are going to be at when we get to April 15th of this year? There's not one person that would have said that they would have been in the low fives like we are now.
Right.
Everyone's like, yeah, I could see them at like 3.75, maybe touch 4. Well, here we are. We're touching the 5s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's new to everyone. It's a surprise to everyone. It is what it is. Inflation is such a beast. I mean, really, you got to ask yourself, when are rates going to go down? Rates are going to go down when inflation gets under control.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you think that's going to happen, then that's when we're going to see rates go down.
I think that it is with the low inventory. So the rates being in the 3s and 4s for the last couple of years, of course, that's exciting because we'd never seen rates that low before, historically low rates.
Right.
But even with rates at 5%, when we run the analysis of rent versus own, in almost all price ranges, it's still more beneficial to own. It is to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we've got other products out there, not just a 30-year fixed, but you've got the hybrid fixed,
yes,
which is basically an ARM product. And those are lower rates. And so there's other options. I think that you'll continue to see mortgage companies come up with more creative lending options. And I think that at the end of the day, you just got to look at your personal situation and you got to compare the difference. What does it mean to rent? How long are you going to be there? What's the cost for each? And then look at that long-term, what it looks like long-term for both.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, absolutely. And it's, it's kind of crazy to think that if someone comes to us and says, hey, should I buy now or should I wait a year?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so if you look over the last 24 months, home prices have risen. Over the last 4 to 5 months, interest rates have risen. And so then the question is that, man, I think I'm going to sign another 12-month lease,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to buy next year. Well, everyone in this room truly believes that it's going to cost you more if you wait to buy next year, because even though that interest rates are rising, a lot of people are saying, well, the increase in interest rates is going to bring home prices down. It just has to. Both can't go up. That's not the deal this time. Real estate is highly supply versus demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take interest rates out, take everything out. Everything else out, other external factors, supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Supply has never been lower. Demand has never been higher. We have 29% more pre-approved buyers this year than we did last year.
Wow.
That's just an internal stat with Luminate,
wow.
right? So we have 29% more pre-approved buyers this year than last year, and our inventory is down
15%.
15%.
Yep.
So look at that spread right there. I mean, you're talking about when you add the two together, you're 40% difference there.
Yeah.
And that was on top of last year, which was crazy, right? And so I truly believe that even though that interest rates are going up, I think home prices are going to go up. So I think 12 months from now, the same house you could buy today is going to be probably 6 to 7% more expensive.
I agree. I agree with that as well. Folks, we got the phone lines open at 651-647-2910. Would you like to go to Timberwolves game on Tuesday? A playoff game. The T-Wolves are in the playoffs. They've got a home game on Tuesday. We're giving away a pair of tickets for the best real estate question. Give us a call. Anything and everything real estate related. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. Give us a call in here to the studio. We'd love to hear from you. 651-647-2910. Give us a call with your real estate questions. The best real estate question is going to win Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game on us. Again, studio lines are open. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. We also have a text line. Excuse me, 763. Our text line to win Timberwolves tickets is 763-443-5664. The text line again to win Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. Best real estate question is going to win. The text line is 763-443-5664. Text us your real estate questions to win T-Wolves tickets for Tuesday's game.
And we did have a text question come in. Orlando asks, hang on, I'll throw it up on the stream here so everybody can see it who's watching live on our Facebook and YouTube page. Orlando asks, I purchased a home in East St. Paul in spring as a strategic move. I plan to purchase 3 plots of land that I want to develop. The land is already zoned for multifamily. Can you help understand what are the first things I need to do? What's the first step I need to take? I think it's to get a survey, but I need some guidance.
That's a great question. Orlando, we've worked with many owners over the years that are splitting land that they have, splitting it and developing into multiple lots. I would love to talk to you on Monday about this, and we can certainly talk about the process. There's applications you have to submit with the city. There's a process to getting the. I wonder if he's already got it subdivided or not. But regardless, it's something that we have experience in. We can certainly help you through the process. I think that there's great opportunity. We see a lot of folks in the kind of south of Prior Lake area where maybe they bought a 10-acre parcel a number of years ago, and now they're splitting it into 4 2.5-acre parcels. In the city, if you buy oversized, double or triple lot, that is one PID number, and you can subdivide that. There's opportunity there as well. So good for you, Orlando. I mean, smart move buying something that has that type of opportunity, and we'd love to help you out with it and walk you through it. It's a great question, folks. We do have the phone lines open and the text lines open. If you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game on Tuesday, playoff game, best real estate question is going to win. Give us a call at 651. Studio lines are open, 651-647-2910. Anything and everything real estate related. We're taking questions this morning. The best question is going to win playoff tickets for Tuesday's Timberwolves game at the Target Center. Best question is going to win. Studio lines are open. Give us a call, 651-647-2910. That's the studio line. Give us a call to win, 651-647-2910. You can also text us your questions. Win Timberwolves tickets by texting your real estate questions. Anything and everything real estate related. Our text line is 763-443-5664. The text line again is 763-443-5664. We're giving away Timberwolves tickets for the best real estate question this morning. A pair of playoff tickets for Tuesday's game. Market updates. Let's take a look at what we have going on in the Twin Cities metro area right now. Inventory of homes for sale, 4,713.
Yikes.
That's low.
4713.
4,713. A year ago at this time, we were at 5,521, 5,521. That's down 15%. Pending home sales in the last 3 months, 11,271. A year ago, we were at 12,639. So that's down about 11%. Median sale price, however, 340,000. 340,000. A year ago, we were at 314,000. So median sale price is up 8.3%. Affordability index is at 121. A year ago, we were at 143. So that's down 15%. Homes per buyer, 0.9. Last year at this time, there was 1. So last year there's 1 home per buyer. This year, you only get 90% of a home per buyer.
Perfect.
So that's down about 10%. Days on market, 44. A year ago, we were at 46. That is a change of about 4%. Average home is selling for 100.8% of list price, where a year ago, we were at 100.1, and that's a change of 7%. Those are the market updates for the Twin Cities metro area. Folks, if you have real estate questions or if you'd like to win Timberwolves tickets, give us a call. Phone lines are open at phone lines here in the studio are open at 651-647-2910. Give us a call to win Timberwolves tickets. Best real estate questions going to win. Studio lines are open at 651. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. The text line is 763-443-5664. You can win Timberwolves tickets by texting your real estate question to 763-443-5664.
0.9 homes per buyer. So when you buy a home, you get 0.9%. Is that like the new way of fractional ownership? Is that what that is?
That's the new math they're teaching in school.
Yep. Yeah. You're good at math.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I feel like I'm good at math.
It's like the weirdest awkward pause we've ever had on the show.
You're good at math. You're good at math.
And then
and Jason's like,
studio just falls silent for a moment.
Do I agree with that or do I not? I don't.
Numbers.
Where's he going?
If I
with
disagree,
this?
I sound stupid. But if I agree,
then I'm backing myself in a corner.
Wait, I can't
he's
think
going
too
to
much
ask me
about
a
how to
math
respond.
question.
The pause is too long. It's uncomfortable.
Need some trigonometry to break this up.
All right. So how do you win in a tight market? What do you do if you're a buyer in this market? How to buy in a tight market? We have 7 things we're going to go through, and then we're going to talk just a little bit about the 19 strategies that we have developed. We have an exclusive blueprint to win in multiple offers. Walgrave Real Estate Group, along with Mike Ouverson's team, because it is a team effort on how we're winning multiple offers. It's our team combined with Mike's team and what we're doing collectively that are giving our buyers a tremendous advantage. We just had another one. Boy, is an Egan house that Scott's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Joey's listing on our team. Scott had the buyer. I think there was like 30 offers, and he brought in an offer that was superior than the other 25 offers. A big part of that is that Mike, you and your team are doing the financing, and we have 19 other strategies that we implement. But how do you buy in a tight market? Number one, and this seems so obvious, but it's number one on the list: get pre-qualified for a mortgage. There's a lot of folks, a lot of buyers out there that maybe they've spoke to a loan officer or they've spoke to a bank, and the bank, maybe they did a quick credit pull, or, or they just took a quick glance and said, yeah, you're good to go. But you need to be pre-qualified. You need to have that pre-approval letter. I would encourage you to even go further and have a pre-approval rather than a pre-qual. So you submit your docs, that, your income docs, your tax returns, whatever the mortgage company it needs to give you a full pre-approval. But you got to have your financing in place. In my opinion, if you want the best chances of winning in a multiple offer, it's got to be with not only a top mortgage team, but a local top mortgage team.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I look at all of the listings that we do, and when we get an offer in with a pre-approval letter that is to a big box bank locally, or a big box bank, that's out west, that is just a gigantic call center, those offers are not as strong. I have sellers that won't even consider an offer with that type of financing attached to it. It's got to be a top mortgage team, and it's got to be local, in my opinion.
Yep. I completely agree. Call center Jimmy?
Yeah.
Sorry. You're at a disadvantage.
Call center Jimmy at We Might Close on Time Mortgage Company is not your friend.
We might close on time. And why is that, though? So like everyone hears that, but why is that?
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. They're running as many applications as they can, and they're not here. There's not a relationship built. They can't sit across the table from Mike with you and your team. It's just different.
Yeah, and so here's how I see it playing out on the back end, right? So an offer is accepted. You got call center Jimmy from Hope It Closes on Mortgage, and something happens, right? Something happens with the loan. Something comes up along the way, and either it's delayed or now they can't get the loan done for whatever reason. Good luck getting hold of call center Jimmy, because he's on to the next one, and he's not local. He doesn't have a reputation. He doesn't have he doesn't have as big of skin in the game here because he's in Arizona or Kansas or wherever he's at, right? And so literally it's like, oh, sorry, this came up, can't get the loan for you. Good luck on the next one. And then click, and he's on to the next one here. Whereas a local person, they have a reputation, they're here locally, right? And so they have a little bit more skin in the game, because believe it or not, I know that there's agents out there that have lists of basically loan officers of do not accept an offer from them, because they have a reputation of not being able to get a hold of and not closing on time.
Yep, absolutely. We call that the blacklist.
There's a blacklist of loan officers. Like you don't accept an offer with this loan officer attached, because you probably ain't going to close.
And real estate agents.
That too.
Should we publish that blacklist?
Blacklist is just like 2 people. Just these 2 people. Now, you bring up a good point, and the other thing about the locality is also getting things back on track. I mean, we've had our fair share of situations where people are trying to disrupt their own closing by doing stupid things, and we've talked about things not to do. Don't get car financing right when you're about to buy a house, or quit your job and not tell anybody that you're starting a new job, and things like that. Or from my perspective, figure out your insurance well in advance, rather than everyone's trying to figure out what the insurance situation is.
Right.
But if you're working with a local lending team, it's relatively easy to steer those things back on track.
Right.
If you're working with a remote lending team, it's really, really hard to steer those things back on track, because they don't have time. They just do not have the time.
And the reputation thing, they don't care about local reputation.
Yeah, why would they put in that extra work? Closing is in 5 days. It's at the end of the week. Well, the buyer went and bought a car. Closing's not going to happen on time. I got other things to do today. Whereas if you're local, you're prioritizing it. You're
prioritizing it.
I mean, it's fire drill. You're pretty much dropping everything that you're doing. Yeah. And you're getting trying to get that thing back on track and figure out a solution.
We had Liz and I, we had a health insurance example. This is a couple months ago, and we talked to a guy that is based out of Florida, and he was really well spoken. The initial contact or conversations were great, answered the questions, and we signed up for some new health share. And so we get the package in the mail, with the actual official documents. Well, it wasn't anything that he said it was over the phone. The coverages, it wasn't even close to what he had talked about. So we called, emailed at least 15 times to try to get a hold of him. Not a single response at all. And
Insurance salespeople are just the worst.
But the example is he's in Florida. He's never going to see us. And I asked him when we were on the phone because I had a feeling that he was really successful at it. And I said, "How many deals do you do in a day?" And it was a big number, like new contacts and new deals. So he's got this huge plate of new business that he's rolling through every day. It's probably more that he doesn't have time, to service the clients than he doesn't care. But it's probably a combination of both. But he's in Florida. He's never gonna see us.
And what are you guys gonna do? Hey, had a bad experience with Jimmy in Florida about this thing.
Yeah.
Everyone around here is gonna be like,
"Why'd you go to Jimmy in Florida?"
And then who even, you know what I mean? Like, who even cares?
Right.
Like, we would never run into Jimmy in Florida for that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So good example. All right, we're talking about how to buy in a tight market, but we have Timberwolves tickets. The best real estate question this morning, you're going to win a pair of tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. Would you like to go to the T-Wolves? Give us a call with your real estate question. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. Give us a call in here to the studio, folks. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910 to win Timberwolves tickets. Give us a call with your real estate question. The best question is going to win anything and everything real estate related. You can also text your questions to win. Our text line is 763-443-5664. The text line is 763-443-5664. Call or text. The best real estate question is going to win.
And speaking of text questions, we've got another one from Bill. It's a pretty simple one, but we've gotten questions like this before. Is finishing my garage with an epoxy floor a valued feature for home buyers? So I want to tack on a little bit to Bill's question before we get into it. In a market this tight, are these broad home improvement projects, from redoing the kitchen to all these other things that, classically we point to, refinishing floors and so on, are they having the same impact?
So they're not having the same impact in regards, or in if you're talking about getting an offer. However, if you're in multiple offers, which there's a good chance that you will be, if you have these extra things like epoxy floor in the garage, or it's heated, or that just means that you're going to likely get more offers and higher offers. And so something like this, does this add value? It does. It does. It add value to you. That's why you did the epoxy floor. Buyers love finished garages, and it might mean instead of someone offering, $10,000 over asking price, they're going to offer $15,000 over asking price because they want it that much more.
right.
So I still believe in presenting homes in the best possible condition that you can. And that's different for everybody, right? Maybe one seller has time and they've got some extra cash and they're like, yep, let's do all these things and make it look as good as we possibly can. And maybe another seller is in a situation where, like, I don't have the time or the resources. I want to just sell it as is. I don't want to do anything. That's okay in this market. But if you have the ability to make it as good as it can be, you're going to benefit from that.
And if you've never had an epoxy floor and you're going to finish that floor, you might not want to move again. Because I tell you what, my first epoxy floor I got, I was like, I didn't realize what I was missing this whole time. I mean, they're awesome. Absolutely.
Speaking of epoxy, we talk about epoxy floors for a minute. So here's my recommendation on epoxy floors. Okay, folks, here it is. Just hire somebody to do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Just hire somebody to do it.
100%.
So, and not just like your cousin Billy, that does side jobs on the weekends. But I mean, it's because that's what I did. I hired, cousin Billy, and he did a good job, but then it peeled off after the first year. And then I had him redo it, and then had somebody else redo it. I think I did it like 4 times. And then finally, hired a garage floor company to come in.
Yep.
And it has the life or the 10 or 20 year warranty. And I mean, it is incredible.
Yeah.
waterproof, oil resistant. It cleans up easy. So there's my advice on epoxy
You can
floors.
literally spill anything on it and just let it sit there.
Yeah.
Let it sit there for a couple weeks. It dries and all this and that. You go out there, you literally take a wet rag and it wipes right up.
It's awesome.
Done. And in the wintertime, you just kind of, if you got floor drains, it's just everything just squeezes right to the floor drain. I mean, it's amazing.
You know what we need? We need an epoxy floor company as a radio show partner.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We need to get one on because I think it's awesome. All right. If you'd like to win T-Wolves tickets, give us a call or text our phone line into the studio. Studio lines are open. We got a pair of tickets we're giving away for Tuesday's playoff game. The best real estate question is going to win. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio. Best real estate question is going to win a pair of tickets to the T-Wolves game on Tuesday. Playoff tickets, folks. If you'd like to win, give us a call, 651-647-2910. That is the studio line. You could also win via text. Our text line is open. The text line is 763-443-5664. Folks, text us your real estate questions to win Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. The text line is 763-443-5664.
Got more text questions for you.
All right.
Todd asks, we're considering adding a mother-in-law suite above our garage for some family member needs. But I'm wondering, with remodel costs versus the housing market, are we better off just investing in our current home and adding the space, or waiting and looking for something to purchase that would meet our needs?
Whew, that's a bunch of questions right there. So with remodel costs versus housing market, I don't think that remodel or building costs are going to go down. So if this is a need, adding the space or waiting.
So do you find an existing home that's already got it set up like that?
Yep.
And do the sell buy, or do you put the money into your existing home and add that space?
Yeah, that's a great. I would look at both. I would look at both options and compare it. I think that you're going to see more and more. Well, we have seen more and more of this in the last 5 years, and we're going to continue to see a greater need for this additional, multi-generational living space. And whether that's, the mother-in-law suite in the basement or above the garage or behind the garage, there's a couple builders out there that do a really good job of building that. It's basically an apartment. It's on the main floor, apartment behind the garage, but it's all connected. I don't think you can go wrong if you're adding it to your current house. Todd, in your situation, what I'd like to do is do a market analysis on your current home, find out what it's worth, and you can take a look at the equity that you have, and then take a look at what options are out there to buy with the additional multi-generational living space already in the home, and then just say, does it make sense? Do we have other housing needs? Do we need a bigger house? Do we want to be in a different neighborhood? I think I'd look at all the options and look at them financially and see what makes sense.
So spinning off of that, so kind of like second question, or just expanding this. So what happens if, and this is just more of a comment, but let's say that if you add this space to your house, now you're the biggest and baddest on the block. Maybe you've overbuilt for your neighborhood because there's no other houses that have that much square footage, that have an additional living space, this and that. You could potentially not get the full value back on something like that by adding all that square footage, because your neighborhood doesn't support that type of value by adding that stuff. That's where, looking at existing homes that meet those needs, you can kind of see what happens there and what that's all about as far as price and what you can get, where you need to go to get it.
Yep.
Versus doing it to your house now, because that could be one of the plays is, well, if you can certainly add this to your house and do that, but you got to know that now you might be overbuilding and you might not be getting the full value back.
Yeah. So that's a great point. Right now in today's market, overbuilding is less of an issue if you're selling right now today, because the inventory is so low.
Yep.
So folks and people are, they're paying more than asking price. I wouldn't be concerned if you're in an overbuilt home right now. But I don't know what that means in 5 or 10 years.
Right.
So you bring up a great point. If you put an extra $100,000 into your house and your home has $100,000 worth of build outs, than the rest of the neighborhood, that might make a big deal in 5 or 10 years. Today, not so much. So that's a great question. I mean, if it's a need and you have other needs, take a look at them all. And then what does it mean, or what's it cost to move, and not just the cost, but what is the monthly cost on it? So what's your current monthly payment? What's your goal in 5 years or 10 years? Or maybe you have family that's going to be moving into your house in the next 5 or 10 years. Maybe it's not a need right now, but it's going to be one in the near future.
I think that this is very, very location dependent. Is
Yes.
really the key to all this. It very much might make more sense to just say, you know what, instead of building that mother-in-law suite, why don't we just buy a duplex or something along those lines?
Yeah.
But it also might very much make sense to build the wicked garage with a second level that has, basically a separate unit and the whole thing. So
yeah, I agree. And I think the one thing that comes to mind when this question comes up is most of the clients that we work with that need that mother-in-law suite, they want that on the main level. They don't even want it in the walkout basement. They do not want it above the garage. They want low or no stairs getting into this unit, because it's likely that the person that's going to be living in there doesn't want stairs. And so keep that in mind as well. Because there's some cool spaces that we've seen built above the garage.
Yeah.
But if I'm 75 years old, I don't think I want to go up and down a flight of stairs, to where I live.
Elevator.
Elevator, $50,000.
oh yeah, it's totally worth it. You'll definitely get your money out of an elevator.
Let's just add an elevator and that's it.
We're building on a theme here. Text in your questions now, 763-443-5664 for your text questions this morning. That's 763-443-5664. Real simple one. Sarah wants to know, does new siding add to the value of a house?
So if your siding, excuse me, if your current siding if it needs to be replaced, it's not going to increase the value of your home. Buyers expect to have good roof, good siding, good windows, good furnace, good mechanicals. And so
can I add one thing on here? You mentioned the roof. As the insurance guy, the definition of a good roof varies a lot. And on your inspection report, when you're buying a house, the roof condition is basically going to fall into 3 categories. It looks new, it looks used, it leaks. That's broadly what the inspection's really going to tell you. And so most roofs fall into that middle one. It doesn't look brand new, but it doesn't leak. It's in fine shape.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, oh, good, it's got a great roof. There is a lot of room between the starting point and ending point on that spectrum. And so I work with a lot of people who say, hey, it's got a great roof. And I look at, property records and it was replaced 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it looks okay in pictures, but you're not getting a new roof discount and it's going to need to be replaced very soon.
Is there an age that falls into the new roof category?
Most insurance carriers stop giving you a discount after about 8 years.
Okay.
They all have their own different guidelines. Once you hit, with most carriers, that 15-year mark, they no longer offer replacement cost, or they won't even offer coverage for some companies. They just say, we don't want any roofs that are older than this for new business.
Okay.
They'll do the grandfathered in thing, right? You buy a house, it's got a 10-year-old roof on it. It's not a new roof. It's not an old roof. It's in fine shape. They say it meets our underwriting guidelines. As long as you're with our company, we won't cancel you, even if we don't replace the roof for another 10 or 15 years. But you got to start in that window. So it's one of those things that your inspection can say that the roof is fine. But is it really fine? Or is it really like one more hailstorm away from being done?
Right.
Because the inspection just says it doesn't leak right now. And it's not brand new. So it's in that fine condition.
So the 8 years makes sense because on our MLS, that is the question. Is it 8 years older or is it less than 8 years?
And I would say that most of the non-new construction houses are, within that 8 years that I see, roof age 8 years or older. Okay. I do big part of my job is doing the legwork to try and figure out exactly how old the roof is.
Nice.
To try and secure people the best coverage that they can get, sometimes getting a discount. It can be one of those things where, because nobody knows.
Yeah. Is that the number one claim?
Oh, roof claims? That is in our region a humongous driver of homeowners insurance costs.
Yeah.
Is roof, wind, hail.
Yep. Makes
Yep.
sense. So does new siding add value to the home? I think that if you just wanted to replace it, no, it doesn't. If it needs to be replaced, a buyer is going to expect it. Then the question will be, what kind of siding should we do? That will depend on the comparables in your neighborhood. And so if you're in a neighborhood where, all the other homes have vinyl siding, then I would put vinyl siding on. If they all have vinyl siding and you want to put LP or hardy board, you're not going to get that money back. That doesn't make sense to do that. If you want to do it because you're going to stay there for a while and you like it, well, then do that because you like it. But buyers expect to have siding in good condition. If it's dilapidated or if it's damaged and needs to be replaced, it will increase the value to what it would be, what a buyer's expecting it to be, and so what the comps have. So, great question, folks. We got the phone lines open at 651-647-2910. Would you like to go to Timberwolves game on Tuesday? We have a pair of tickets for Tuesday's game. Timberwolves playoff. Best real estate question is going to win anything and everything real estate related. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. The studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. We also have a text line. You can win via text. Text us your real estate questions to win Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's playoff game. The best real estate question is going to win. Our text line is open. You can text your questions to 763-443-5664. 763 is the text line. 763-443-5664.
And the text questions keep coming. Dave has a real simple one here. What percentage of people who flip houses actually succeed? I assume he means doing it on a regular basis, not trying to do it once.
Well, I think that the investors that are doing this as a career are very successful, and it's because they have the experience in doing it. They have a team of individuals that are helping them be successful. And who's on that team? You got to have a top real estate agent. You got to have a top finance guy or gal. You got to have an insurance guy. You got to have the contractors. You got to have potentially your attorney. You got to have that team that are all the pieces that make house renovation and reselling successful. Guys that have experience doing it and have that team surrounding them, they're successful most of the time because it's just numbers, right? I mean, I can go into a house right now and walk through and say, okay, this house renovated will likely sell for this number. So now you know what the end price is going to be. I can have a really good feel for the cost to renovate it. And then, okay, what's it going to cost to buy it? And so a lot of times, investors that are buying, renovating, and then reselling, they're starting with the end price and then they're just backing it out. Okay, it's going to sell for this. Here's my cost to buy, to hold, the closing costs, the interest, the carrying costs. Okay, here's the renovation costs. Here's the number I need to have. If I buy it at this number or this range between this and this number, then I'm likely going to make X amount.
Yep.
And so the ones that are taking it, are running it like a business, and they're running the numbers and they're calculating the costs of everything. They are successful. But there's folks out there that watch HGTV and it just, that's not real, by the way, folks. It's entertainment, but it's not real. So
I mean, it really happened. It just didn't necessarily really happen that way.
So, I mean, here's the thing, and any house flipper who's done any amount of flips will tell you this, is that not every house is a winner. Not every situation is a winner.
Oh, picking your battles is a big thing for making money.
I mean, I guarantee every single person who's done any amount of houses at all will say that there's certain houses where when you get into it, it's the unknown, right? We took the sheetrock out because we had to do something, and then we found this.
Yeah.
And there goes our costs, and our profits are now gone.
Yep.
So we got to finish it, and we just got to cut our losses on this one, right? Finish, you sell it, you maybe hopefully break even on it, and you go to the next one.
Yep.
So not every single house. So again, not every single house is going to be a winner because you do have some of those unknowns, those surprises you run into. But over time, obviously, you get better at it of figuring out the numbers, figuring out your oopsies that you forget about along the way and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then those people that have that process in place and the team in place,
Yeah. And then
They do good at it.
a lot of investors, they calculate in a relatively reasonable room for error. So they calculate in unforeseen costs of X amount, and they just put that into every deal that they're trying to determine if it's a good buy.
The worst is when you buy a house for flipping purposes and you find an unforeseen circumstance, like, oh yeah, there's some damage from mold or whatever, or there's a portal to another dimension in the basement, and aliens keep coming through. These are things
that good or bad.
I mean, depending. Are they hostile? Can you make a movie out of it? Let's keep them rolling. Text your questions now, 763-443-5664. Giving away one pair of Timberwolves tickets for Tuesday's game, 763-443-5664. Best real estate question of the show. We've only got a couple minutes left. Mickey asks, what neighborhoods/cities are you seeing the most increase in home value? What areas of the cities do you think would be the smartest to invest in for future growth?
That's a great question. So here's what I can do, Mickey.
Keep it short. We got a lot of questions, Tim.
I will pull in. I'll pull in some statistics for next week's show on city and neighborhood specific, because that's a tough question. There are neighborhoods in cities that have tremendous appreciation, and then there's a neighborhood right next to that neighborhood that doesn't. And so, but the Southern Twin Cities Board does a really good job of breaking down those statistics into the cities, and so I can bring in some stats. It's just a tough one to answer generally for the Twin Cities because there's so many neighborhoods and cities to talk about, but I can get those stats and I'll bring them in.
Yeah, some of it might be school driven.
Definitely
this house in this city, because it's in this school district, is this, but across the street is that school district, and the numbers are completely different.
Absolutely.
So a lot of factors that go into that.
Folks, we appreciate all the questions this morning. Do you have a house that needs a lot of work? Are you ready to sell, but you think no one will buy because of the condition? Would you like to sell and close in as little as 7 days? Give us a call, folks. We have clients that are buying properties that need all levels of renovation. They are cash buyers looking to purchase right now. Please give us a call or check us out online at minnesotahometalk.com. Folks, that's minnesotahometalk.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.
This has been a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of SCORE North, KSTP AM 1500.
SCORE North on AM 1500 KSTP St. Paul, Minneapolis, 94.5 KSTP FM St. Paul HD2, and on scorenorth.com.
Hi, this is Troy Danner of Danner's Cabinet